Hey y'all, it's Day. So I'm going to be doing a reading for us today, and today I am using the Fortuna Tarot deck, one of my favorite decks. So very excited to get into this message. I don't know why lately it's like I had a plan of the two different types of readings that I was going to do, which is whatever our spiritual team wants us to hear, wants us to know, and the other one is like celebrity readings. Well, lately I've been like, whereas usually it's like I know that I can just tell which one I'm gonna do for the day, but this one I feel like it's gonna be a little bit more open, a little bit more like collective. So, a me reading, and I'm excited, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I do want to thank my angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. What do we need to know? What do we need to be aware of? What are some things that we need to keep in mind? Angel guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. That sounds about right. So, under the deck, under current energy, is the Ace of Elixirs, or the Ace of Cups. So we have the Ace of Cups as the undercurrent energy in reverse. It definitely feels like that feeling of denying yourself something that you really want. It's that energy of like shying away from something. It's that silent hoping and wishing for something, but not really believing that it's possible at the same time. I'm feeling like in this section, like my stomach retracting. It's kind of like afraid to dance. I'm hearing afraid to um, express yourself, afraid to be embarrassed, afraid to say that you want something. But then, like, there's this underlying energy within your physical body that like screaming that it wants to express itself, or it's screaming that it wants something, it desires something, but it's like denying yourself of some kind of pleasure. But with this Ace of Cups, it feels like fulfillment, and the aces can represent gifts, opportunities being presented to us by our spiritual team. So it's kind of like getting a wish or a blessing or an opportunity and shying away from it, or feeling unworthy regarding going for it, claiming it, accepting it, receiving it, um, pursuing it. So let's see. I didn't even organize my spread here. It's a little bit dysfunctional. So at the top of the spread, we have the Hermit card coming out in reverse. Ooh. So this is speaking to like this, whoever this reading is for someone who has already been or embarked on a journey that required them to kind of allow them to be in solitude, or is this just this energy of like you allowed whatever you like to think about to marinate with you, and it feels like you have allowed yourself to be in a space for a period of time where you did not allow outside voices, outside opinions, any outside eyes. So this could represent a project that someone was working on, or working on their trauma, or just like really trying to get to know themselves on a deeper level. But some aspect of solitude is coming up with this Hermit card in reverse. And it's giving me like you doing this was attempting to protect something that you're trying to allow grow. And I'm hearing the word garner as well. So you've been developing something, whether it's like your persona or how you want to express yourself, your style, a project, and it's been private for a while. And there is this acknowledgement from your spiritual team that they know that you did this in order to, I keep on getting this reference to like marinating with yourself, like allowing yourself to just kind of sit in your own energy for a while. And that was an attempt to kind of like build your confidence or help you yourself to decipher what is and what isn't. It was a attempt to build your confidence. So I'm just getting this energy of someone working on a project, a hope, a desire, a wish in private. And it's taken a lot of time, energy, and effort cultivating and believing it. I'm getting like affirmations also. So it still feels like a baby, or it still feels very sacred or sensitive for whoever this reading is for. And if this message is resonating like the video, so I know that the message was received. On the left of this Hermit card in reverse, we have in the resistant position the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands can represent movement, and I'm hearing the word creativity. Something about your creativity is experiencing some form of a blockage, and it does feel like fear induced, worried about external circumstances. There is a fear of not being celebrated, not being liked, not being received. But here you are with the Eight of Wands. For some reason, this Eight of Wands is like looking very abundant to me. It looks very abundant. It looks full. It looks very well thought out. It looks well rounded, well versed. It looks like fulfillment. It looks like momentum. And it's in the resistant position. So on the far left, we talked about this Ace of Cups, where there's this desire, this want, this dream that we are wanting to experience because it's been in our body, it's been on our hearts and our mind for a while. but there's something that is contributing to us not really stepping fully into it to receive it. Directly underneath that, we have the Six of Wands. And in the traditional tarot, that is the imagery of the man on a horse. It looks like he just like rode into town and everybody is celebrating him. This is coming out in reverse. So it's kind of like missing an opportunity to be celebrated. Missing an opportunity to be acknowledged or recognized. And with the Ace of Cups, I'm getting like someone has done the work and they're worthy of being recognized. But they're like, not, there's something on their end they're not doing that would like put them in the position to be recognized. On the far right of the spread, we have the Six of Cups coming out upright. And it kind of feels like other people or connections, possibly conversations, interactions that could be had with other people. I'm hearing the word partnership. Let me move this over here. Okay, so directly underneath this Hermit card that came at the top of the spread in reverse, where your spiritual team is acknowledging that you embarked on this journey that required you to kind of explore deeper aspects of yourself. Underneath that, we have the Death card, which came out in reverse. And I'm hearing the words fully committed. So it's like you initiated this journey, you've been on this journey for a while, and now it's gotten to like this brink or this point, or you've gotten to the edge of it, and you're kind of hesitant, or you've stopped altogether. So this is an acknowledgement that you are, you have gotten to a certain threshold. That's one way that you can look at it, by, acknowledging that like, I noticed that I'm starting to feel afraid, or I'm starting to feel worried about what's going on. I'm starting to second guess myself. Using those feelings as an indicator or an ongoing conversation with yourself, that it doesn't have to stop there because you have indicated, or your body has alerted you that there is possible danger, or that we've reached the edge of something, or we're going to the next level. So instead of allowing yourself to be stuck in this space, allowing for a conversation. Next to that, we have the Ten of Swords coming out in the choice point position. Very interesting. Lately, for some reason, because I usually read my cards in a certain way, yesterday's reading and today's reading, it's like, even though it came out in a certain position, it's just like I'm reading it differently. So I'm going to continue to follow that. I feel like my spiritual team is like testing me on some shit, or like helping me realize that I know to what depth that I know how to connect, and I know that I'm getting a message accurately, and how much I trust myself to do that. So I think that's interesting, and I'm curious to see how that continues to develop. But anyways, we have the Ten of Swords. It came out like this way, and I couldn't determine, is this in whatever position, but I put it up right. but it's representing the same thing, which is this fear of defeat. It's definitely a death. So with this Ten of Swords, it's like a social death, or a like doing something or pursuing something, being to be seen going for something, to be seen reclaiming something, to be seen being the person that said, like, I have discovered, like, you know how much courage it might take for someone to be like, I have discovered this and I gave it a name. And yeah, like, 'cause, not everybody is gonna be like, oh, you didn't find anything. I guess that's a possibility. But it's giving me this energy with the Ten of Swords coming out right next to the Death card in reverse, which represents a stop. So the Death card can represent an opportunity for transformation, but in reverse, we can be kind of delaying or prolonging the transformation ourselves. So let's see how this continues to develop. Underneath this Death card in reverse, we have the Princess of Talisman. So the Page of Coins, what's it called? Page of Pentacles in reverse. So something is developing. Something is developing, but we kind of have like little faith in it, or we're viewing our contribution maybe not in the most accurate lighting, or we're undervaluing our contributions. Underneath the Ten of Swords, we have the Four of Coins also coming out in reverse. And on the right of this Four of Coins, we have Six of Pentacles in reverse as well. Six of Pentacles. I feel like on the other side of this leap of faith or this risk taking, there is stability, but it looks like you may need to, or you might feel like you need to find your footing, or others will have to find their footing in relation to their reaction towards you. Because this Ten of Swords was like giving me like ego vibes. So the Ten of Swords for me can represent, in the traditional tarot, it's the warrior. He's on the ground and he has 10 swords in his back and he's like done. But realizing that that is a spiritual transformation as well. In this particular reading, this Ten of Swords is coming through as like, I'm hearing the word sacrifice. It's like sacrificing your ego in a way in continued pursuit of your dreams, hopes, wishes, and desires that your spiritual team is encouraging you to go towards. So it's kind of like the way that people have always known you is gonna change, and I'm getting like this shattered feeling, or like a mirror shattered, not necessarily in a negative way, but like that's not who I am, or maybe that's never who I was, or that's not all I am type of energy, or there's more to me than you realize, I realize, the people are realizing. So with this this Four of Pentacles and this Six of Pentacles coming out directly underneath this Ten of Swords, I see like there is some kind of like loss of footing of some sort. And I feel like it's two ways. I think it could definitely be both of them. I'm getting like us kind of stumbling in our pursuit to be courageous and go for our full expression of ourselves, and being afraid and needing to find our footing, and then also other people's reaction to us, them needing to find their footing again, because something about who you are or who you're expressing yourself to be, or you going for your dreams, goals, and desires don't really line up with other people's beliefs or what they've seen or what they've known, and them like kind of being destabilized by you as well. Very interesting. So on top of this Four of Swords in reverse, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Got a lot of cards in reverse in this spread for some reason. Finding your footing. On top of that, we have the Prince of Elixirs or the Knight of Cups in the choice point position. So it's going back to this cup energy we talked about earlier. Our spiritual team has a gift, a blessing, an opportunity for us that is indeed a indication that we should continue to go towards our dreams, wishes, hopes, and desires, or our full expression, our embodying our full authenticity. And we are being depicted as the Knight of Elixirs right now. So we're not fully present, or we're not fully on board right now for some reason, and it feels more of a matter of nerves. The Knight of Cups, and I'm hearing the word persevere. The Knight of Cups can be romantic, it can be emotional. So think of like a young couple like experiencing love together, and they're both still learning. And imagine the male being just as emotional as the female. It's giving me this energy of like a hopeless romantic feminine who wants love and is beautiful and loves beauty, and then a male counterpart who adores her, wants to experience her, wants to be around her, but they're both very sensitive, and they both have self-doubt, and they both are insecure or have insecurities or second guess their interactions, or how they're received, how they want to make sure that they're receiving what the other person is saying. It's kind of like hanging on to every word, and how that can be a little distracting with this Knight of Cups coming out in the choice point position. So there is a need to like find a way to acknowledge your emotions and maybe soothe or harness your emotions. There's something about like your emotions being contained, and it's not contained like as in to bottle up, because that's kind of what it sounds like, but it's kind of like being able to ride the wave type of energy. I'm not sure why that's coming up. So underneath the Six of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Wands coming out in the choice point position. The Seven of Wands in the traditional tarot is depicted by a man on a hill. He's kind of caught off guard. He has one shoe on. And then there's six other people like coming to talk to him, but they didn't give him no notice. And so he's like kind of defensive. This is in the choice point position, coming out on top of the Six of Pentacles, where we talked about people's reactions toward you. Oh, okay. So we can be defensive or become defensive or become hyper aware of other people's reactions towards us. And the Six of Pentacles is like sharing something for me. In the traditional tarot, it's like it looks like a brother and sister like sharing a cup, and then there's 5 cups on the side. Coming out in reverse, it's kind of like this. You know how like in the 1990s or the 1900s, like how we didn't have the word vibe. Oh, you could feel the vibes. The vibes, like we didn't have that. But now looking back, knowing what we know now, we can look back and be like, oh yeah, the vibes was definitely off. So there's like this element of like this very intangible but still palpable layer or experience that is happening or has been happening or happened in the past that is like coming to the forefront. So this energy that we share with other people, I'm just getting like magnets with this Six of Pentacles. You know how like magnets, like when you turn them in opposite directions or you turn them the same way, how they are repulsed from each other. So I'm getting like this energy of like other people like just being shifted, being moved. They can feel your energy as you're going for your dreams, wishes, hopes, and desires. And this is what you're aware of, and this is what has caused you to have some type of anxiety, but it's coming through as kind of like a natural but necessary reaction. So like you're gonna be causing shifts in relationships and dynamics and beliefs and thoughts and people's ideas of possibilities. So this what feels like it's kind of the catch, because I feel like this has been, like I said, this is not a new journey. Whoever this reading is for, you've been practicing or interested in this for a while. But with the Seven of Wands coming out in the choice point position, there's definitely this energy of like your spiritual team doesn't want you to expect the worst or to expect negativity, but to expect movement and to expect reactions and to expect just movement in general, but to not be fazed by it. Just, I guess, I don't know if they want you to be an observer or like, but it's something about like not being shaken or stirred by other people's reaction to you, basically. So very interesting and a little intimidating. So underneath this Eight of Wands we were talking about earlier, where you're kind of being seen as, I'm hearing, equipped by others. Others are perceiving you as equipped. You're being seen as abundant. You're being seen as full of life. There is this embodiment of expecting to experience true fulfillment. Underneath that we have the Emperor card, and it is in the resistant position. So your spiritual team is coming through again to let you know, if you didn't know already, that you are an emperor in the making. Half of the battle is accepting that, realizing that, walking in that, embodying that, being able to hold on to your personal authority. So again, we have this you being perceived as very abundant, you being viewed by your spiritual team as a leader, and they want you to exercise your authority, but there's a little self-doubt there. And underneath both of these cards, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands represents expansion, growth, opening up, invoking, evoking, um, aspiring, being open to possibilities, going for possibilities, dreaming big, expressing your wants, needs, and desires. Okay, so underneath that Three of Wands, we have the Lover's card. Something about you participating in this act of pursuing your dreams and stepping into your purpose and stepping into your rightful title or role, however you're viewing yourself in regards to your identity right now. Something about that is like, it's like it feeds itself. It's like a mechanism that feeds itself. It's like self-sustaining because you're working with your spiritual team. You're working on this frequency that is authenticity, that is acknowledging and accepting and nurturing and loving yourself out loud. Going for your dreams type of energy. It's like it's feeling, giving me like it's circulating itself. On top of that, we have the Prince of Talisman or the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, I'm hearing the word treasure. So the knights, they have a mission. They have already been through their training. They know the mission, and their intention is to carry out that mission. And the Knight of Pentacles is a little bit slower, a little bit methodical. They pay attention to like technique and how things are meant to be done. They're very prepared as well. But what's usually most known or significant about the Knight of Pentacles is that they move a little bit slower because they are creating a foundation. So your spiritual team wants you to know that you can still move slow or like take it by stride, but it's very important to continue moving forward. And so with that coming out on top of the Lover's card, it's definitely giving like reminding yourself of this journey, reminding yourself of why you're doing it, maybe writing down what it is that you want to get out of this experience. This is like a very important technique to grounding is the way that it's coming through, like writing down, like getting back to your values, writing down what your values are, what your intentions are, what you see for yourself, what is innate to you, like all of that, remembering that, and something about like writing that down and like maybe seeing where there are connections. Maybe that's something that you can hold on to continue to help you to move forward or something. Okay, so earlier we had the Death card in reverse representing a little bit of your hesitancy or resistance to fully transform. We had underneath that the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And on underneath that we have the Seeker or the Fool card in reverse. So with this coming out directly underneath the Death card and also with the Page of Pentacles earlier saying like maybe there's something like you see what you're doing as not as big or not as potent, but it is. I feel like the Fool card or the Seeker does have more to say. I'm just not sure what yet. So we have the Chariot card coming out underneath where we were talking about our sense of stability, how we affect others. So moving forward with that, then we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So there is like this stagnancy here with moving forward coming through, but your spiritual team is encouraging you to move forward. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Remember this element of that your spiritual team can cooperate, and I'm hearing advocate for you. So another reminder that you're not alone, or you're not doing it alone. You have the universe in reverse. There's a lot of resistance here, like all the cards coming out in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse. We gotta get grounded somehow. We have the Four of Cups, contemplating. And this is falling out on top of the Fool card, or the Seeker. So we're contemplating this new journey, going back to an earlier message in the reading, where like we've reached this new point where, like, say if you're swimming in a big pool with your eyes closed or something, and you can feel the edge of the pool, like, okay, I got to the other side type of energy, or I reached something, but I'm not sure if I want to go up on land type of energy. I don't know. Or do I want to cross this threshold? Yep, we have the Hangman coming out in reverse. So we're kind of like in this standstill pause. It's giving like freeze state. Or this freeze state. Angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm just getting this really nervous energy, and it definitely does feel like backstage energy. Are you ready to come out of the closet type energy? Under the deck, undercurrent energy, we have the Queen of Elixirs. There's something about taking ownership, or embodying personal authority regarding your wants, needs, and desires, your emotions, your feelings. The beautiful thing about the Queen of Cups is that she is emotional, and she's not afraid to acknowledge that she has been affected by something. Like, like some people don't like to cry, or don't want to cry in front of other people, which I don't think anybody really likes to cry in front of other people. Or I'm pretty sure that, I mean, there might be, but it's kind of like being seen in your vulnerability, being seen, being human, being seen striving for something. So we had the Magician card come out in reverse. There's some kind of element about you're very special, and you're not realizing that. Like, look how crafted this design is. It's very crafty, very dynamic, very motivational. I'm hearing this is how you're being perceived, or your spiritual team perceives you and your craft, or the use of your craft, or you applying your craft, or you performing your craft. But it's coming out in reverse because you kind of don't perceive yourself, or you in your craft, or you pursuing something the way your spiritual team does. So your spiritual team wants you to know that you are special, you are talented type of energy. Okay, so we have the Hangman. As I said earlier, we're kind of like on pause, or holding ourselves back from experiencing something. We're in this contemplative mode. We have the Princess of Candles, or the Page of Candles. in reverse on the bottom of the spread, falling out on top of the Knight of Coins. Something is coming up about like basically like seeing we've scaled ourselves down in a way. We view ourselves significantly smaller than how we actually are, or we feel insignificant when we're not. Then we have the Five of Cups coming out in the resistant position. Five of Cups. Yeah, I'm hearing the word inclination. With this Five of Cups coming out in the resistant position is interesting to me because Five of Cups can represent poverty mindset or lack mindset or kind of being stuck in a rut. It's kind of the energy of like, that never happens for me type of energy. It's in the resistant position, and I feel like there's this acknowledgement that we have come so far already in regards to whatever this dream, goal, desire, this thing that you've been cultivating and protecting, keeping protected from outside opinions and voices. But we also realize like we're more than halfway there. Like we're like, I would say like 75 to 85% there already. And we realize that we can't turn back. I mean, we realized that we couldn't turn back a long time ago, maybe at 50% there. But I don't know, it's like another increment or another, I don't know, the stakes have gotten higher or some shit. Like, but there's this feeling of like, dang, I'm really out here. So we have the Two of Wands coming out in reverse underneath this Six of Wands that came out earlier. Underneath this Eight of Cups, we talked about our spiritual team has a gift for us, an opportunity for us, but we are shying away from it. So with the Two of Wands coming out is like not acknowledging again, not making plans or not moving forward. Okay. Because I'm like really getting to the point in this reading where I'm like, okay, so what I'm supposed to do about this? What are we supposed to do? Like, I get that you want us to move forward, but like, do you have anything else to share with us that could be helpful? So we have the Sun card coming out. We have the Tower card. So your spiritual team is like coming through to give you, like, you know how you people be like, well, what's the catch? There's a catch. We gonna die. Like, no, I'm just kidding. It's just like things are gonna break down and it's gonna feel like, I think there's different levels to death. And I seen this post that says like your relationship with death is basically gonna kind of dictate or give you a trajectory of like, it didn't say successful, but like how successful that you could be in life or how smoothly you can navigate through life. So our relationship with death, and I feel like we all experience death in different forms and levels of intensity on a daily basis, whether it's you realize you have alopecia and so you need to cut your hair or change your lifestyle in some way, or you realize you can't eat the things that you used to eat anymore. That is a death. That is your spiritual team, the universe, your body saying like, hey, something has got to change. Whether it's, you know, an injury that happened to you that changed your life, or I'm hearing the word celibate, like you change your lifestyle, like that is a death of an era of your life. So your spiritual team is like saying like the catch is like, yes, because we know that you're already worried about this, there is going to be a tower moment, there is going to be a breakdown, specifically because, or in your pursuit to go for whatever your hopes, wishes, desires, and dreams are. But the Sun card came out and the Tower card, and we have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Very interesting. I am hearing the word buried. Something about this Ten of Wands in reverse, it doesn't feel like a heavy burden that has to be carried, but it feels like a heavy burden that has to be let go, or you have to allow to fall away. So like there's something that we're still carrying with us that is heavy, and we're being encouraged to like, it's giving me that energy of like, I don't know any scenarios really, but I know that I have been on a job before, and I'm thinking more retail where like you're in the back stocking or restocking or trying to organize or something. And it's that energy of like, maybe it's just one of those days that you really don't feel like it, or maybe you just don't feel good, or you just don't want to, you're not in the mood, and like someone comes and relieves you, like someone comes and swaps you out, or they say, actually we're gonna need you at this store over here today, and you're just like, shit, fuck it, like I really didn't feel like doing that today. Like I felt that myself, even though I wasn't gonna say anything, but I'm glad that, I don't know if somebody else saw that you needed to be moved, or I don't know what that is, but it's like being relieved of something. So the energy is giving me is like you're working away on something, or working towards something, or worried about something, and your spiritual team is like, come on, let's go fishing. Like it's giving me that energy. Okay, so the other scenario that's coming through now is like, you know when your parents expect something from you or expect something of you, maybe it's doing chores early Saturday morning. Like there's been so many Saturday mornings where you didn't want to get up, or that your parent had to like scold you or like fuss at you about doing something. So now you finally gotten into the routine of doing it, and one Saturday you just wake up like blah, like you already know what to do. You're in the process about to do it, and for some reason your mom or your dad or your guardian is just like, hey, you want to go get ice cream today? Well, don't worry about that. We can do that next week. And it's just kind of like this energy of being relieved from some kind of burden that we've already kind of accepted, or some kind of worry. Huh. Very interesting. And I'm not sure what this is like in our real lives. So in closing, is there anything else that we need to know? Closing our spiritual team. What do we need to know in closing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, under top of the deck, under current energy is alchemy. So our spiritual team, again, there was this message earlier in the reading of like acknowledging that you're afraid, acknowledging that you're worried, but not like using that as a way to like block yourself out, but like use it as a message, and most importantly an ongoing conversation. Like I'm feeling really nervous about expressing myself, and what does that mean for me? And again, keeping in mind like writing down your values, what's important to you, what you love, as a way to like stabilize or ground yourself as you move forward. Yeah, we have the Oracle in reverse. We have the Hierophant. This is the Hierophant. So it's kind of like someone that is ordained or blessed with something. Someone that's meant to see something through, or represent something from their spiritual team's perspective. It's kind of like that energy of like, if you could fast forward, you know how in interviews they'll ask the person like, if someone told you that you would have the number one selling movie out right now, 20 years ago, what would you say? And like the celebrities are usually like, I don't know, like I always kind of felt that way, or sometimes it was like I wouldn't believe them. So it's giving me this kind of energy of like, you're already ordained, you've already been blessed, you were meant to walk this path, you were meant to embody this role, you were meant to be this person, but there is this not fully realizing or acknowledging it on our end, or not really believing it, and I don't. So yeah, let me know what you guys conclude from this reading, because even though I'm getting this message, I still feel like I don't have that much to grasp onto. Still feeling like, so you guys let me know what you make out of this. Aside from that, if this message does resonate with you, like the video so I know that the message was received. And thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, God, God's source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Oh yeah, I did actually want to pull from this oracle deck as well before I started this reading, and I forgot. And I feel like that might help us close this reading out with a little bit more, I don't know, I just don't feel as grounded. This thing got stuck. Just not feeling as grounded, not feeling as confident. Oh wow, I had cards way over here. Bruh. Ten of Pentacles. Upright. Page of Cups. Two of Wands. Five of Swords in reverse. Let's see what that means. I'm just keep it at the top here. This was one of my first oracle decks. I got two. This is the Illuminated Earth Oracle. The Illuminated Earth Oracle. Because you can't really see. Definitely inner conflict. Self-doubt with this Five of Swords in reverse. That has you feeling stalled or in freeze state. Thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, God, God's source, and benevolent. Thank you for the guidance. Oh, I didn't even see these cards was flying everywhere, and I didn't even know. I must have forgot. We have the Star card in reverse as well. But I think the overarching energy for this reading is like alchemizing your nerves, alchemizing this fear of going past this threshold. Angels, guys, what do we need to know overall? What do we need to know overall? This energy. Yeah. That's perfect. So under the deck, under current energy, we have reflection. This is what this is, reflection. Under the deck, under current energy is reflection. It's giving me, what does this all mean type of energy. What does this all mean? It's kind of like we've been following this calling or following this passion to a point where we kind of like wake up and we realize like, oh shit, this is what I've been doing this whole time. Like, I don't know, it's just like these waves of self-doubt come in sometimes. Like, you could be doing good, you could be doing on a roll, and then randomly it'll come over and be like, am I crazy? Am I tripping? Should I be doing this? That type of energy. And then the top of the deck undercurrent energy is destruction. And I'm hearing the word breakdown. So yeah, destruction is gonna happen around you. And it's not a bad thing, but it is a thing. I don't know. It's going back to that shifting, other people feeling the need to shift around you. It's like you're making waves. So blocked came through, which came through like very clearly in this reading. That our creative energy is blocked due to fear. And this is coming out underneath the Page of Cups. We have resilience in the resistant position. Resilience. And in this picture you can't see it that well, but it's like a crack into a whole new world type of energy. Like you could see through something. So something is needing to be explored, further explored. So I'm getting like scuba diving type of energy, like a whole underworld. And I'm hearing the word undertaken. You're undertaking something through your creativity, through the expression of your authentic self. You're like uncovering or discovering something, and you're meant to be the one to bring it out or to speak about it more, whereas most people or other people are not doing that. So resilience. Spreading these out. Okay. We have abundance coming out underneath blocked in reverse. So abundance is coming out in reverse underneath the blocked. And then we have moon. The moon can represent things that are hidden or things that need to be uncovered. We have fertility. Fertility is coming out in reverse. Tempest. Tempest is like temperance card type of energy. So your spiritual team wants you to like, I was listening to an astrology video and they were talking about, I forgot, like Neptune and Saturn are near each other. I forgot if they're in the same house or not. But it's like something about reality and your dreams coming together. And this energy of like, we want to go for something, but we're kind of being slowed down because Neptune is in retrograde. So it's like we're really things are slowing down in a way where it is kind of triggering our inner dialogue or our safety net or our sense of security. And it's just like giving me this energy of like watching a video more slowed down. And our spiritual team is encouraging us to kind of like do breathing exercises. So it's kind of like we wanted you to feel this. We wanted you to feel this, but we're wanting to see if we speed up or slow this pace. Can you maintain your integrity? Can you maintain your momentum? So again, feeling is not bad. Feeling, being emotional, being afraid of the next step is not bad. But how you navigate as you're continuing to allow these feelings to do what they're going to do. So, underneath this Two of Wands in reverse, we have wisdom. So yeah, things are definitely slowing down so we can utilize our wisdom. It's kind of like being tested in a wild balance. Balance is coming out on top of wisdom. We have disguise. Very interesting. What's this disguise talking about? Yeah, this is speaking to, like earlier in the message we were talking about, like you've been working on something, a craft, a hobby, your personal identity, and you've protected it. Because you protected it from like outside opinions and from anybody else being able to see it. But now you're being called to like bring it out into the public and express it. And so we're realizing that seasons are changing, and our favorite coat or our favorite sweatshirt that we've been wearing all spring long, it's like time to take it off. And that energy of like, I don't know if I want anyone to see my shoulders. Like, I feel a little bit awkward about people seeing my shoulders, or like I just feel more comfortable or more protected with this on. So that can be like a title, it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be something that's attached to like it isn't needed anymore as you're expressing yourself. Something like that. Shedding for sure. We have combustion in reverse. This is representing our fears. We kind of fear like if we take our sweat jacket off that like there's going to be this abominable like reaction to us by other people, and that's not the case. We have upheaval in reverse. There is a upheaval or a challenge in some form your spiritual team wants you to know, but it's not as bad as you're thinking. Then we have path coming out in reverse. We're definitely feeling a little off kilter right now. Releases in reverse. I don't feel like this is a releasing period in our life. It's kind of like this owning energy. And one of the deck cards that's coming out at the top of the deck is gifts as well. So this entire reading is like related to your gifts, your talents, your desires to fully express your authentic self. I do think that these oracle cards made me feel a little bit better and picked up the energy a little bit more as well. So I think I just need to listen to this back again. But if this message resonates with you, like the video so I know that the message was received. And I do thank my angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Bye, y'all.